안녕하세요. 저는 축구라 Liverpool fan 가이씨라고 합니다. Yeah, Tottenham were good. They controlled a lot of the game. They attacked way more, which is what we want to see. It's a great positive match, and that's what we need to see. If they want to win the league, you have to get that balance right between defend when you have to, like tightly, and when you attack, you need to attack and get players forward. And they did that, and we saw the results. So, it's a great performance from Son and Kane especially, and then the whole team were great, yeah. And Sonny again, amazing finish, and yeah, he keeps scoring. So overall, it's a great day for Spurs, and they need to push on and keep playing like that, yeah.
Game plan worked pretty much perfectly.
I think by the strategic point of view, we understood well how they could hurt us and how we could hurt them. And in that aspect, of course, I'm happy. I still think that we can and we have to do better.
So true, because lately Spurs have been criticised and they've dropped a lot of points when they've been leading 1-0. They haven't got that second goal because they sit back. They protect their lead instead of attacking and trying to get that second goal and kill the game. So I think today was great. You saw Spurs, even though they got the first goal, they didn't just sit back and let Leeds come at them. They still attacked a lot, and it got that crucial goal. Again, amazing from Son, and that telepathy, that connection between Son and Kane is just incredible, and the finish is even tougher than it looks. It's almost a little bit behind him, and he's just perfect touch. Yeah, amazing goal. So that was crucial. Always a second goal. Tactically, they were really good today. I think we saw Tottenham realize they have to attack more. So they also pressed high up the field today. So tactically, when they turn the ball over, you have Son and Kane closer to goal. So they're going to be more of a threat.
Yeah, I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy that now people realize the player he is, and I think we all have to explain people the person he is too. But to get this Puskas award, to be scoring 100 goals for Tottenham, to be maybe top 3 in the scorers in the Premier League without penalties, because some players they score 10 goals a season on penalties. I'm not speaking about Harry Kane.
So you see, he mentioned about the penalties, and these days, if you don't know much about English, the press, the journalists, they can make a story out of anything. So when you have interviews as a manager, you always got to be careful, because if he hadn't said, "Oh, I'm not talking about Kane," then press could have been like, "Oh, Mourinho is saying that like Son's better than Kane, or he would have more goals if it wasn't for the penalties, or Kane's got too many goals from penalties." So yeah, I think what he said is good. I mean, penalties do make a big difference, and a lot of people actually say that the Golden Boot should not include penalties. Salah's got quite a few penalties this season. Kane's got quite a few, and Son doesn't take the penalties obviously, and he's still right up there. So yeah, he deserves all the credit.
Sonny appears in a scoring position in the first post. Pleases me especially.
He used the word, it pleases him, or it's pleasing him. I know most people are common with the word please, is like, please give me this, please may I have that, please can you do that for me. If something pleases me, it makes me happy, it makes me satisfied. Like if the corona numbers go down, it's very pleasing to see it.
We had good opportunities to score, and not just from the traditional Sonny and Kane. We had good scoring opportunities, good shooting positions, Højbjerg, Tanguy, Bergwijn twice, and that pleases me also.
Mourinho is aware, he knows that Son and Kane, they have a history of getting injured, and if they do get injured, he knows that those players have to step up, and confidence is key. So what he's saying in the media is, yeah, it's good. He's showing confidence in his players, and he's saying that there's not just Son and Kane. So I think he makes a good point, and it's important for the other players to realize that they don't need to rely on Son and Kane. They can also score goals when they have to.
What a goal that is! I don't know if you watched it back. It's a thing of beauty, Sonny.
Obviously, I couldn't. After the game, I just. The guys was catching me up here. I couldn't watch it back, so
Yeah, we just tried to get for interviews and said
we pushed a little bit harder than before, and then I think it was a really good lesson. The previous games, and today we bring the fantastic performance. Obviously, you could feel in the changing room, we want to score third goal, we want to score fourth goal. So after 3-0, we want to score fourth goal. So we could literally feel the energy, the positive energy, and then especially second half we score another third goal, and it was was a really, really good example for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so what he says there is important, you know, because all teams are going to have bad games where you throw points away, but it's important how you react and how you learn from them. And as he said, Spurs learn from that, which is good. So they realize after going 1-0, it's Leeds. Leeds are dangerous. Don't sit back on your lead. You got to go and get more goals. And they did that. And I agree with them. There was a positive energy. You felt like Spurs, even at 2-0, they still want to get more, which is, that's what you need to win the league. You have to keep going at teams. You can't relax, because we've seen, even against West Ham, they conceded 3 late. So you're never safe in the Premier League. So yeah, that's what he says is spot on. Yeah.
112 years, this club, and you are only the 18th player to score 100 goals for us. I mean, that's how special it is, Sonny.
It is really special, but you know, obviously this is statistic. It's coming not automatically, and then not doing my job. You know, obviously I need a really help for the teammates, to the staff, and the fans. You know, who is supporting me always. You know, even when I play bad, when I have a bad moments, and they were supporting amazingly. So it's a massive achievement for me, and then really grateful. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who make me to score 100 goals for the Spurs, and I'm really proud and I'm really happy.
It's true. I mean, Tottenham are a big club, and that's a great achievement. You know, they have a big history, and what he said, only the 18th player to do that. So yeah, and again, I just love how he's so down to earth, and he mentions all the fans, which of course are very important, but also the staff. Sometimes they don't get enough credit, you know, like people don't realize, you see the players on the pitch, but there's so much behind the scenes. Like you got, I mean, all the kitchen staff and the security and the, you know, like there's so many people around the club that you know, give these players the chances to earn these ridiculous wages, the money, and, you know, score all these goals. So Sonny realizes that, and it's great to see him give some credit to the people behind the scenes.
I'm telling you,
Champagne Lane.
before the game, people were like, oh, if Terror Squad Hotspur sit back, you know what I mean? Bamford, you know them way there. He's going to show up. Bielsa, gung-ho football. You know what I mean? Tottenham are going to hold free. The partnership, bruv. The lethal partnership of Harry Clase and Son Aldo, Son Perrion, Son Messi. You see the vision of Kane? What a ball by Harry Clase into the midst of Son Aldo, Son Perrion, Son Messi.
He's talking about, you know, Son Messi, Son Aldo, and then Dom Perignon, the champagnes, which is a top-class champagne. So he says, you know, Son Perignon. So that's where it comes from. So he's always playing on these like funny expressions. That's why his name is Expressions. So
shout out the Miz, fam. We came to play, blood. It was prolific. It was prolific.
Prolific means like you get in high quantities or like a large volume of something. So this season you can say Son has been prolific with his goal scoring abilities and his assists. So yeah, high numbers. Yeah.
De algunos errores que evitables.
And for our opponents to create only a few more chances than us, they came about through errors that we could have avoided.
Leeds had 18 shots on goal, which is, you know, that's impressive going away to a team like Tottenham, and Spurs only had 2 more. But that doesn't mean that's bad from Spurs. That's a high number from both teams. So which shows it was more an attacking game, which is. It's good to see Tottenham involved in that kind of a game, not too much sitting back and defensive. So,
Posibilidades de desequilibrar en ataque.
We had possibilities to unbalance in attack, and we showed that we can defend against some top forwards. But there are situations that came about from us that made it very difficult to defend in our own half, and this is where we must polish our performance.
If you look at it from a Leeds point of view, it's not a bad result. The 3-0 looks bad, but actually they were missing a lot of their top defenders, and they're playing against the best duo in world football at the moment, best attacking duo. You know, they just can't. They've got to learn. They're newly promoted, so it's tough. This league is tough, and they're looking good. They're 11th in the league, so they should be fine this year, and they should stay up. And if they do, they'll learn a lot, and I'm sure they'll be a lot better next season. Yeah, this season's crazy. The 7 points separate first and 10th place. So every game is so important now. All the teams can't keep dropping points. So very interesting. So the next month, I still say around March we'll know more. I think there's a long way to go. Everyone's getting too excited early, but there's a long way to go still. So thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week, hopefully after Liverpool beats Southampton. Cheers.